the deepest frost of Eldheim, a royal breath is thrown into the dark. Remember the name Rodenhart. The snow falls heavy on the silent street, a shadow of a crown beneath our feet, a tiny breath fading in the frozen air, thrown away without a single prayer.
Who dropped this child into the deep abyss? Born from the throne, now left to freeze and fade, a fragile soul in the winter shade.
Drop it down like a ghost in the howling chill. Drop it down with a bloodstained broken will. The royal son left in the dirt to die. Hear the winter cry. Oh, Eldheim's tears are freezing in the night. Gates are closed, the whispers hide. The crimson blood is washing out the pride. An infant crying out to empty walls, as darkness wraps around the freezing halls.
Can you hear the footsteps in the snow? Where do the unwanted royals go?
Rodenhart, the crown is waiting in the dark. Drop it down like a ghost in the howling chill. Drop it down with a bloodstained broken. Freezing in the night. Freezing in the night. In the snow of Eldheim, I found a child. I took him into my arms and would not let him go. White snow around a little sleeping face, a breath so small it barely marked the air. My hands were shaking when I lifted him. I held him close living there.
I came beside her through the falling white. I saw the boy and could not look away.
No gold, no house, no promise in my name,
but I will walk them both back home tonight.
The night left him alone.
We will not do the same.
We hold him now.
He is no longer thrown. We found you in the snow
of Eldheim. We pulled you to our chests and kept you warm.
King, take the road.
Maria, keep him close. A child between two poor and careful arms.
Whatever world
had cast you out tonight, you sleep in our two hands until the light.
The fire is weak, the bread is almost gone.
Still I watch him breathe and cannot fear.
I sing him quiet so the storm stays out.
He has my arms, and that is home enough.
I mend the door
and keep the winter back.
I have no gold to give this nameless boy.
I have these hands, this blade, this roof of wood,
and I will stand here
while he learns to live.
Sleep against me.
The snow is far away.
You are not lost.
You were only waiting.
I will call you Kale.
My son,
I love you.
Kale.
That name is yours now.
We will not let you go.
We found you in the snow of Eldheim.
We pulled you to our chests and kept you warm.
Maria gave you Kale,
A name to keep you near.
a child between
Two poor and careful arms.
whatever world
Had cast you out tonight. You sleep in our two hands until the light.
Bandits came like shadows from the trees. Steel on steel, and Cain fell to his knees. I ran to him, my hands shook in the cold. His breath grew thin, the story left untold. He taught me how to stand before I fall. Now I'm the only one who's left at all. He never raised his voice, he never asked for more, just carried me through every freezing door. Father, please stay, not yet, not here. I'm not ready to lose what I hold dear. The snow won't wait for one more prayer of mine. I'm walking home alone this time. No father's hand to hold me through the night. Colder than I've ever known. Maria weeps in the dark alone. Eltheim never sent a single word, like his whole life was something they'd not heard. I fold his cloak, I lay his sword to rest, and promise to carry what he left unblessed. Now, Father, the road was hard and long. I'll finish walking where you left the song. I won't let them forget your name. Was lost. I left the fire and the warmth within. Cain's old blade is heavy in my hand. It fits me now like it always planned.
No more waiting for the dawn to break. No more sleeping for someone else's sake. Every step is a promise made in the snow.
Every scar is a truth you had to know. This is the blade of a mercenary's life.
We chose this road, we chose this knife.
They call him Kale,
and that's all he needs.
He walks to Drakmoor
with nothing but this creed.
Cain's son no more, just a man
on the road.
The border waits beneath a distant moon. Drakmoor's banners rising,
None too soon.
I chose this path,
No one to blame.
just Kale the mercenary.
That's my name.
Maria's voice still echoes in your head.
But the living can't stay
With the dead,
Can you hear the wind calling your name?
I sell my sword and I walk through the flame. This is the blade of a mercenary's life.
We chose this road, we chose this knife,
They call him Kale.
and that's all he needs.
He walks to Drakmoor.
With nothing but this creed, King's son no more.
Just a man
On the road,
I cross the border under a foreign banner. No longer just Cain's son, only Kale, the mercenary. I crossed the line when the night was deep, left Eldheim's snow for a darker keep. The banners rise in a foreign tongue, and I stand beneath what I once would shun. No oath I swore, no blood I claim, just a blade for hire and a borrowed name. They look at me with a soldier's eye, and I look back without asking why.
the wind is cold on a stranger's face, but the steel feels honest in this place. Under the banners of Drakmoor I stand,
A mercenary heart in a foreign land.
no home behind me, no light ahead.
Just the weight of the sword and the path I tread. I am Kale, and that is enough. The fires burn in the enemy night. I drink their wine by the red torchlight. They speak of conquest, of glory and gold. I listen quiet, my story untold. Somewhere behind me a woman still weeps, but the dead stay silent and the living keep. I sold my past for a soldier's pay, and I march at dawn with the wolves today.
I do not love this flag, I only need it. Under the banners of Drakmoor I stand,
A mercenary heart in a foreign land.
no home behind me, no light ahead.
Just the weight of the sword and the path I tread. that is enough. The border burns under a sky of ash. I march with wolves through the frozen pass. Eltheim soil is soft beneath my boot, yet every step feels wrong under my foot. I tell myself it is only golden bread, a mercenary lives until he is dead. But when the blood hits the snow so white, something turns cold in the dead of night. I know this wind, I know this cold. It feels like a story already told. Blood on the border and none of it mine, yet it stains my hands in a different light. I swing the sword for a foreign call, but the land still whispers through it all. I am Kale. So why does it feel this heavy? Their faces blur in the morning grey. I do not look long, I look away. A language I once heard in my sleep now dies beneath my horse's feet. No banner of mine, no name I claim, just another killer without a flame. But when the fighting slows and the silence grows, a strange unease is all I know. I was not born for this flag, yet here I stand. Light. I swing the sword for a foreign call, but the land still whispers through it all. I am Kale. So why does it feel this heavy?
past, like a name I once knew but could never possess. The soil feels warm under boots of war, as if it remembers me from before. I kill and I march and I do not ask why, yet something inside me continues to cry. Whose voice is this that calls through the fire? Whose memory burns without form or desire? Echoes of a kingdom I never have known fall through the blood and the ash and the bone. I am a stranger with tears in my eyes, standing on land that refuses to die. Why does it hurt when I look at the sky? A broken banner lies deep in the mud. The colors are faded but still in my blood. I taste the wind and it tastes like home, though I have no home and I walk alone. Maria once said that the heart never lies, but mine is a map I cannot recognize. I fight for a flag that is not my own, while something familiar cuts to the bone. I do not belong here, yet I cannot leave. Echoes of a kingdom I never have known fall through the blood and the ash and the bone. I am a stranger with tears in my eyes, standing on land that refuses to die. Why does it hurt when I look at the sky?
He fell without a cry, without a crown. Just another body on the frozen ground. I stood too close, I saw his final breath. A stranger dying, yet it felt like death. The battle moved, the living turned away, but I remained where the silence lay. His blood was warm against the winter air, and for a moment I could not leave him there. I have killed before, I have felt no shame, but this one death refuses to leave my name. I watched a prince fall in the mud and the cold, a life that ended before it grew old. I did not know something ancient cried out in me. Why does this silence cut so deep? They took his body when the fighting ceased, like he was nothing, like a common beast. I cleaned my blade and I walked with the rest, but the weight in my chest would not let me rest. A face I had never seen before that day still burns behind my eyes and will not fade. I tell myself it was only war, but the life feels thinner than it did before. I was not meant to feel this, yet I feel it all the same. Something ancient cried out in me. The silence will not let me sleep. Stranger stands at the edge of the fire, an old man in armor that has seen too much. His eyes are locked on my face like a blade, as if he has waited a lifetime for this. I do not know him, yet he knows me. The silence between us is heavier than steel. He takes one step closer through the smoke, and the night itself seems to hold its breath. Why does this old man look at me that way, like I am something he cannot afford to lose? He came from the dark with a name on his tongue, a name I have never claimed as my own. His voice is a weight I was not meant to carry, yet something inside me begins to shake. I am Kale, and I want him to leave. He kneels in the mud like a man in prayer. His hands are scarred from 100 wars. He speaks of a serve, and a bloodline that means nothing to me. I keep my hand on the hilt of my sword, ready for treachery, ready for lies. But the look in his eyes is not a soldier's look, it is the look of a man who has found his purpose. I searched across battlefields and years of ash, through blood and winter and forgotten roads. And tonight I found the boy. He came from the dark with a name on his tongue, a name I have never claimed as my own. His voice is a weight I was not meant to carry, yet something inside me begins to shake. I am Kale, and I am afraid of what comes next. His armor is cracked and his hands are shaking. He looks at my face like he has waited a lifetime, and the silence between us is louder than war. I keep my distance, my hand on the sword. I do not know what he wants from my life. His eyes are too heavy, his presence too still. I wish he would rise and simply leave. He reaches inside his cloak with slow care and draws something long that catches the light. You are the last blood of the Edgar royal house. You are Prince Rodenhart. I offer you Eldcrown, the blade of the kings. This old sinner asks only that you end me. I am Kale, the name falls over me like a frozen wave. Rodenhart, a word I have never claimed. I stand in the dark with a stranger's blood and a sword that knows me better than I do. I am Kale, and I do not know who I am. He remains on his knees, waiting for the end. I cannot raise the blade, I cannot speak. The weight of the steel is older than pain. It feels like a memory pressed into my bones. Everything I was begins to crack and fall. The boy who lost his father, the man who sold his sword, they dissolve in the face of this impossible truth. And I am left standing with nothing but the cold. The name falls over me like a frozen wave. Rodenhart, a word I have never claimed. I stand in the dark with a stranger's blood and a sword that knows me better than I do. I am Kale, and I am breaking apart. Still burns behind my eyes, a word I never asked to carry. I stand alone with a stolen past and a future I do not know how to hold.
Everything I was feels like a lie.
The boy who lost his father in the snow.
The man who sold his sword for foreign gold.
They fall away like ash inside my hands.
I try to push the truth back into the dark,
but it keeps returning with heavier hands. I am breaking open in the silent night.
A stranger's blood is waking in my veins.
I do not want this weight upon my name,
Yet something older will not let me run.
I stand between the boy I was
And what I must become.
Crown rests beside me like a living thing. It knows my hands better than I do.
I hate the way it feels so natural.
I hate the way the fear begins to fade.
Maria's face still flickers in my mind.
Cain's voice still echoes when the wind is low.
But they belong to someone I no longer am.
And I am left with nothing
but the cold.
I can still walk away,
I can still refuse,
but the road behind me
has already closed.
I am breaking open in the silent night.
A stranger's blood is waking in my veins.
I do not want this weight upon my name,
Yet something older will not let me run.
I stand between
The boy I was and what I must become.
and the lost, men who have nothing left but rusted steel. They look at me with hungry, hollow eyes, waiting for a reason to believe again. I was one of them not long ago, a blade for hire with no name worth keeping. But the truth has burned away the boy I was, and left something harder in his place. They need a banner, they need a name. I have both now, whether I want them or not. I call the outcast, the forgotten, the betrayed. Raise your blaze if you still have the will to fight. We have nothing left to lose, and everything to take. I was a mercenary with no name. Tonight I speak with a different voice. Look at me, I am not that man anymore. I will not die on my knees. If you are tired of being nothing, then stand with me. I am Rodenhart, the last blood of the Edgar royal house. Those who seek life shall find death. Those who seek death shall find life. Under my blade, the savages of Drakmoor shall fall by the sword of the royal house. Rodenhart, Rodenhart. Raise your blades if you still have the will to fight. We have nothing left to lose, and everything to take. The front line burns under a blackened sky. Drakmoor's banners close in for the kill. Smoke rises where the watchtower stood, and the last lines are ready to fall. I lead the ones who have nothing left. Mercenaries, broken men, and the forgotten. We march through the ash with iron in our hands. This is the hour that decides it all. No more waiting, their lines through the rising smoke. The enemy floods the broken fields. Every step we take is paid in lives, but turning back is no longer a choice. The men behind me do not ask for hope. They only ask for a reason to die standing. I will give them more than that. I will give them a name to follow. The time for words is almost over. Now only the charge remains. I am Rodenhart. We have nothing left to lose. Wipe them out to the last man. My army, advance! We march to the battlefield, through fire and blood and steel. Drakmoor will not take this land, not while we still can stand and fight. Raise the blades, the last stand begins tonight. Drakmoor stands before the gates, their armies darken every road. The capital is close to falling, the final hour has come.
Then through the smoke the banners rise, a fragile hope begins to burn. We came to hold the dying line, we came to save our home.
Raise the banners, sound the horns.
Let the quiet world still hear.
We stand as one, we will not fall.
The end of fear is near.
Hold the line, break the siege.
Drive Drakmoor from our gates.
For Edgar, for our home.
Let their banners fall today.
The capital still stands, Edgar still lives. Raise the banners to the sky.
Victory is ours
Tonight, their ranks begin to break and turn. The iron tide begins to fall. We push them back across the field and watch their courage fail.
The gates remain, the walls still rise. A kingdom breathes again. The enemy retreats in fear. Eldheim will survive.
Raise the banners, sound the horns.
Let the mountains softly hear.
We stand as one.
We will not fall. Eldheim has no fear.
Hold the line, break the siege.
Drive Drakmoor from our gates.
For Edgar, for our home.
Let their banners fall today.
The capital stands, Eltheim still lives. Raise the banners to the sky. Victory is ours tonight. They came to take our homeland. They came to make us kneel. But Eltheim rose against them and proved its strength of steel. Hold the line, break the siege.
Drive Drakmoor from our gates.
For Eltheim, for our home.
Let their banners fall today.
The capital still stands, Eltheim still lives. Raise the banners to the sky. Victory is ours tonight.
He was taken from the cradle in the snow, a prince without a name, a boy without a home, raised by hands that never knew his blood, yet loved him more than crowns could ever know. Through iron years and borrowed banners, he walked as Kale beneath the foreign sky, until the truth returned with heavier steps and called him by the name he once denied. Edgar waits upon the ancient throne, final king of a fading line, and in his hands he holds the weight of years, ready to give what time has left behind. This is the rise of the new king. Rodenhart kneels before the old king. Tears fall where a father thought all hope was gone, as Eld crown rests between their hands. Eltheim breathes again. The crown finds its true name. Maria stands within the palace walls, the woman who once kept him from the cold. She watches as the boy she raised alone becomes the king, the kingdom waited for. Quiet holds the royal hall, the sword is given, the line restored, as father and son stand alone. From the snow he was forgotten, to the throne he has returned. The last prince of El